You probably already know that a pre-trip inspection is required by law. But did you know that according to research, a leading cause of trucking accidents is vehicle maintenance issues? We want you to stay safe while on the road. Drivers are the backbone of our company, and your safety is our priority. A pre-trip ensures that your vehicle is safe to operate, helping to prevent accidents, limit downtime, and get to your destination safely and on schedule. We expect all our drivers to conduct a pre-trip and record it in the Vehicle Inspection Report, or VIR. But we also know that no one wants to spend 30 minutes crawling around and filling out paperwork before they hit the road. In this training video, we will show you an efficient step-by-step process for conducting a pre-trip the Matheson Way in only 7 minutes. 7 minutes is a small price to pay to help avoid a potentially dangerous accident, isn't it? Safety. Since the ultimate goal of the pre-trip is your safety, it's equally important that you perform the inspections in a safe manner. Let's take a minute to cover a few basics. Before you begin, ensure that you are in a safe location with enough room to walk around the entirety of the vehicle, with nothing preventing you from safely entering and exiting the cab. When entering or exiting the vehicle, you will be required to use the 3 points of contact system. This means that 3 of your 4 limbs are in contact with the vehicle at all times, forming a triangle of anchor points. You have the most stability when the center of the triangle is closest to your center of gravity. Sideways movement should be avoided since it creates an imbalance of weight distribution. Lastly, you will also want to be mindful while opening the hood to inspect the engine. To open the hood when your tractor is equipped with a grill guard, you will first need to unfasten the bumper security system. Then, placing one hand on hood handle, one hand on top of grill guard, and one foot in step. Use your body weight to fold down the hood and guard as one unit. If your vehicle is not equipped with a grill guard, simply place both hands in the hood handle, one foot in step, and use your body weight to pull the hood open. As a general rule, be aware of your surroundings for any conditions that may pose a safety risk while inspecting your vehicle. General procedures. In order to accomplish a thorough pre-trip in 7 minutes, we'll need to maximize efficiency. We will begin and end at the driver's side of the cab, making a counterclockwise sweep around the vehicle, inspecting the tractor and trailer for signs of damage or potential malfunction. Before we move on to the step-by-step process, let's take a look at a couple of the areas you'll be paying special attention to. Your tires take the brunt of the wear and tear as you drive, so it's important to inspect them carefully. In order to do this efficiently, we'll work from the outside of the tire inward. First, check around the tires. There should be nothing obstructing or stuck between them. Next, thump the tire and listen for a solid bounce. A dull bounce may indicate low air pressure. Now inspect the tread, making sure it's free of foreign objects and that the tread meets the legal depth requirement of 2/32 of an inch for drive and trailer tires. If the tread appears to be close to the limit, or if you're not sure, measure using the penny test. Simply insert a penny into the tread groove with Lincoln's head facing down. If you can see the top of his head, your tread depth is less than 2/32 of an inch, and the tire needs to be replaced. Keep in mind that the penny should be inserted at the spot where the tread looks lowest for an accurate test. As you move inward towards the wheel, be on the lookout for signs of tire separation, such as bulging or flat spots. On the wheel, check for loose lug nuts, indicated by rust or oxidation trails on the wheel, and make sure the oil level glass is up to the full line. Some vehicles will be equipped with a hub air supply or hubometer, which should be checked for damage. While checking your tires, you will also want to make sure that the mud flaps are present in the appropriate locations and free of damage. Note, if your route involves frequent chaining, it is acceptable to have the tractor mud flaps detached and secured to the catwalk instead. Your brakes should also get some special attention as you inspect your vehicle. You'll need to make sure that brake shoes are present and that there is no apparent damage to them or the brake drums and lines. As you check the brake components, make sure there are also no signs of oil leaks. Lastly, the angle between the slack adjuster and brake chamber push rod should be at 90 degrees with the brake set to indicate the measurements is still within spec. Now we'll put everything together and perform the whole pre-trip inspection step by step. Remember to keep your eyes open for any damage or warning signs, even if they aren't specifically called out in this video. We will be conducting this inspection on a Matheson CNG tractor with trailer, but this process also applies to diesel tractors. We'll note any exceptions as we get to them. Since the goal of the Matheson pre-trip is maximizing efficiency and getting you on your way faster, the walk to your vehicle is a perfect place to start. This is a great time to scan for broken or non-operable mirrors, lights, reflectors, or signals. You may also see trails of oxidation or rust on nuts, bolts, and rivets. Note any damage you happen to see so you'll know what needs to be addressed once you're logged in. Enter the driver's side of the vehicle. Remember to use the 3 points of contact. You'll start by turning the ignition key on and starting up your trip management device. Once you're logged in, review the VIR completed by the previous driver for any notes and observations at the conclusion of the last trip. This will inform you of anything that may need special attention during your inspection. You can begin filling out the VIR now as you check the first few items. Verify the functionality of the voltmeter, ABS lights, and fuel gauge cycle. Check in-cab fifth wheel safety release. Turn on headlights, taillights, and flashers. Ensure that your dash camera is securely in place with nothing blocking its view, and the pre-pass and toll device are located on the front windshield. Next, check for the items that you should always have in the cab in case you have any mechanical issues or an accident. An unopened accident kit containing an unused camera located in the driver's side door, a fire extinguisher and reflective triangles secured under the driver's seat or in between the seats, and ELD instructions and spare paper driver logs. A binder containing vehicle registration, area of operation permits, and insurance card should be located in a cubby if you're in a sleeper cab or behind the passenger seat if you're in a day cab. Check that all documents are present and put the binder back where it belongs for quick retrieval. Continue the pre-trip by exiting the cab. Remember that 3 points of contact are just as important while exiting the cab as they are while entering. Once outside, unlatch the driver's side hood latch and begin walking towards the rear of the vehicle. As you go, check near cab door for current IFTA decal. Both fuel caps and the cabinet door should be securely in place. Note, if you have a diesel tractor, fuel caps may be located further down. You'll also need to check for the diesel exhaust fluid cap. Ensure that air and power lines are not tangled, have no apparent damage, and are securely connected to trailer. Connections should be in working order and free of debris and not in contact with the catwalk. Move on to driver's side drive tires and inspect them thoroughly. Remember to work from the outside in. Mud flaps should be present here and have reflective tape attached. Lastly, look under the trailer to make sure the fifth wheel handle is in its proper position and locked around the kingpin. Continuing down the driver's side of the trailer, ensure that the landing gear is up all the way, free of debris, and crank handle is folded up and in the holder. The reflective tape along the trailer is intact and not faded, and tractor taillights and flashers are working. Before reaching driver's side trailer tires, look under the trailer towards the passenger side brake drums for any signs of damage or leaks. Remember that the slack adjuster to brake chamber push rod should be at a 90-degree angle. Ensure that air power lines are not damaged or hanging below the axles. Now you'll check the trailer tires just like you did with the drive tires. Mud flaps should be present here also. Verify that ICC bumper is not cracked or damaged and has reflective tape. Inspect the trailer door, making sure cables are not damaged and door is secured with a working padlock of the prescribed type. Check the padlock for damage while you unlock it and open the trailer door. The door should not stick or be difficult to open. Look inside the trailer for obvious damage to floor, wall, roof, or E-track. It should also be equipped with adequate straps, 2 for every 10 feet or 12 straps total. Close and relock trailer door, ensuring that latch is in working order and not damaged. If the trailer is equipped with a lift gate, You'll additionally need to verify that the liftgate unhooks properly and moves into operational position and up and down without interruption. Then resecure the liftgate into storage position. Finally, check that taillights, flashers, and license plate light are working, and license plate is present and unobscured. Now move on to the passenger side of the trailer and inspect it the same way you did on the driver's side, but in reverse. Start by inspecting the trailer tires and mud flaps. Then look back under the trailer to inspect the driver's side brakes. As you continue walking towards the tractor, check the reflective tape, blinkers, running lights, and landing gear on this side as you go. When you reach the tractor, you'll start by inspecting the passenger side drive tires as usual. Next, move on to the chain hanger. Confirm that the appropriate amount of chains are present and secured by a zip tie, either holding down the cover or directly on the chains. As you move towards the front of the vehicle, make sure the steps are undamaged and free of debris, then unlatch passenger side hood latch. When you reach the front of the tractor, first make sure headlights and blinkers are operational. Check that the license plate is securely attached and not covered. You'll also need to make sure the adaptive cruise sensor is unobstructed before moving on to the engine inspection. You should have unlatched both hood latches already, so simply safely open the hood as demonstrated earlier. You'll be making your way to either side of the engine. You'll need to check for the following on both sides. No oil is blown over the engine. Leaf springs have no damage or signs of leaks. Tie rod end is present and not damaged. There should be no shiny or rusty spots. And there are no missing cotter pins or loose bushings. Start on the driver's side of the tractor and pull the dipstick to verify oil level is above the add line. Make sure the oil fill cap is present and secured. Next, check that both the power steering and window wash fluid is adequate. If possible, verify that brake shoes and lines are intact from top view. Note: the driver's side of CNG tractors also has a petcock above the steer tire that must be drained of oil. Then inspect driver's side steer tire. Note that when evaluating the tread on steer tires, the legal tread depth is 4/32 of an inch and not the 2/32 of an inch of the other tires. If you're not sure, perform the same test as before, except with a quarter. If you can see the top of Washington's head, tire tread is less than 4/32 of an inch. Once you've finished with the tire, move on to the passenger side of the tractor. Confirm that the coolant is above the add line and inspect the turbo, fan, and belts for damage. Now check the passenger side steer tire. Don't forget that the 4/32 of an inch tread depth applies here too. Walk to the front of the tractor and close hood gently. Do not let it slam. Push on the hood to ensure it's completely shut. If your vehicle has a grill guard, lift it back into place and resecure it now. With the hood shut, walk over to the passenger side of the cab to secure the hood latch before heading back to the driver's side door. On your way to the door, secure the second hood latch. Then enter the cab, still using your 3 points of contact. Start the engine. Make sure you pay attention for any odd noises, or if the tractor is sluggish or hesitates to start. Watch the gauges to ensure they sweep through, cycle correctly, and come to proper place without hesitation. Verify the truck is building air pressure. Next, you'll test some basic driving functions. Confirm that both the city and the air horn work. Turn on defrosters and windshield wipers to make sure they are operational and that wipers are in good condition. Use the foot brake to test the air system and release and set parking brake. Load your route in the trip management device and put on your seatbelt. Make sure it latches properly and is fully operational. Finish filling out the VIR. If any damage was present during your pre-trip, call MCC immediately to report before driving. Otherwise, your pre-trip is complete and you're free to depart. Remember that the post-trip starts as soon as the pre-trip is over. Continue to be alert for signs of damage or malfunction as you drive. If your vehicle reacts strangely at any point, don't ignore it. Your safety is our top priority, and the pre-trip is an important part of that goal. A 7-minute inspection can ensure that you return home to your loved ones safely and on time.